for speaking to Aravind Reseller. We would
Thank
like
you.
to start with a brief about how 2022 was for the industry and for your company.
2022 was kind of a mixed year. For B2C, it was a flat business, but for B2B, we had done extremely well. When I say B2B, it's the enterprise storage, the surveillance storage. We had made a significant strides in market share. We have grown, we have added another plus 5% market share in our major markets. And year-on-year growth was close to 8 to 10% in various categories of B2B portfolio.
Okay. In terms of challenges and key achievements for 2022, what would that be?
The challenges was we started off with the uncertainty of the COVID pandemic, but then the second half, COVID was all vanished from the scene completely, and then the market was ready. Businesses were ready to adopt a lot of things which was on the pipeline from 2022. So we kept on rolling a lot of initiatives for the market, mainly for B2B. We had the build your own data center concept, which was really doing well. For the surveillance, we enhanced a lot of channel initiatives, and that helped us to grow market share. And on B2B also, we saw in sort of personal storage, like the memory cards, Kioxia memory cards, the SD cards, we saw people traveling and they needed more of personal storage. So that's how we really did well in certain categories of B2C product portfolio.
Okay. In terms of 2023, what sort of opportunities do you think it will bring along?
2023, we could see the first quarter continuing the momentum, but there might be a little slowdown from the second quarter due to various economic reasons, which is anticipated because of the cost of money is going up. I mean, a lot of resellers, a lot of distributors are very careful in giving out credit to the market. So we could see a lot of kind of uncertainty happening in the market in B2C segment from the second half. But B2B will have the kind of growth which is which is anticipated between 8 to 10% growth for B2B, because the enterprise is still catching up, because we've learned from the pandemic that the way to go forward is having your cloud solutions, having your own proper data center. So these are going to be, and a lot of content is being created, because we are talking about 166 zettabytes of data that will be generated in next 2 years. By 2025, 166 zettabytes of data will be produced. And all this needs storage space. And Toshiba has a complete answer for the storage space. So we see demand for enterprise. There are a lot of initiatives happening from various government in terms of surveillance. So surveillance needs storage. So a lot of smart city projects coming up. So we see big strides in these kind of B2B projects and implementation.
So for 2023, what sort of milestones have you planned for the company, and how do you plan to achieve them working with your partners and the channel community?
We will continue with our initiative of build your own data center that we rolled it out in UAE. We're moving into Saudi, we're going into South Africa. Africa market is still left untapped. So we need to launch a lot of initiatives into these markets. And then in terms of B2C, we had this excellence photo walks where we taught photography to people who bought the Kioxia memory card. It was a big success in UAE. We need to roll it out in Saudi. We need to roll it out in Africa region. So that's going to be a big initiative for us to look into it. And then we are also going to drive a concept of personal backup. You could be storing a lot of contents in the cloud, but certain of your critical data, you need to have personal backup. So that's another concept we'll be rolling out, of encouraging people to have a kind of multiple backup solutions, right from a personal backup to the cloud storage, having a mix and a proper balanced portfolio in the backup strategy. So that's going to help the B2C. And B2B, there's a lot of initiatives from the government in terms of surveillance, in terms of enterprise. So we're going to capitalize on all these initiatives and add better value to our products and solutions.
If there was something that you would do differently in 2023 compared to 2022, what would that be?
Differently, basically we were focusing on certain markets. We need to expand the market. That's where there's room for growth. So what we will be doing is going into more markets, like into Africa, where there is a lot of potential, be it Kenya, Nigeria. We were doing quite okay before the pandemic, but then there was a big breaks from 2022 to 2020 to 2022. So we will be expanding into these markets along with other big markets like UAE and Saudi.
Thank you, Mr. Santosh, for speaking to us.
Thank you very much.
Nice having you with us today, and we look forward to speaking to you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.